This is the exact reason I didn't scale in the first 3 years of my business. In 2025, I did my first real business audit, right? I went over my revenue, I looked at my workflow, I looked at my operating systems, and the reality was quite shocking. Despite having the most clients that I ever had, my revenue was identical to the year before.
It's not make sure. It's not make sure.
So I had to sit back and reflect like, okay, how is that even possible? And I came to the realization that I was saying yes to every job and every client because I was afraid of saying no. Because saying no to me meant saying no to income. I unknowingly was still operating in fear and scarcity, and that was a hard realization for me. And once I got to reading my word, it started to make sense what was actually going on. So, I'm going to read a scripture that perfectly put everything into perspective for me. Psalm 127 verse 1 says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain." Hey. So for 3 years, I toiled and labored in my business in absolute vain. Why? God gave me the seed and the idea of this business, but I ran at my own pace. I had to realize that God was not at the center of my operating systems. So I never got clarity once the Lord confirmed to me that no, this is your business. And I never went back to God and said, okay, if you're telling me that this is a business, how do you want me to do this? Why am I doing this? Who am I serving? How am I serving these people? And that was part of the clarity to getting unstuck. I needed to abide in God's will, not my own.